What's up? Monthly crate dig video covering the stuff I picked up in October 2013. First off, a big fuck you to the US Postal Service for letting this shit happen to my package. No idea what's going on here, but this arrived to me in 2 pieces. Record we got a lot. Paid a decent amount for it. Completely worthless now. Nothing I can do about it. I realize that this is why you buy insurance on records, but still doesn't that's not much of an excuse to me for letting treatment like this happen to packages. This looks like dirt or some shit like that, and what looks to be a table leg or some kind of like heavy imprint. I don't know what the hell happened to this package. Ordered it from Dusty Groove, the store in Chicago, which is usually very professional with their orders. I've ordered from them before. And so this has actually never happened to me before with the US Postal Service, but still I don't know what the hell happened. I was really pissed off when I got this package. Luckily another expensive record I was originally planning to add to this order was sold out, so I didn't have to pay for it. Otherwise I would have been out even more money than I've had to pay for this compilation. So we got a lot. Nice compilation from '93. Was looking forward to having that and talking about it, but I guess it'll stay on my want list. And lesson for if you're buying expensive records, you may want to invest in insurance. Even still, what the hell, man? Fucked up right there. Anyway, definitely a low amount this month. Been really trying to slow down. May have talked about this before, but all these boxes here are full of unlistened to records from the last maybe half a year or more. And being really OCD about my record process and doing Discogs and all that, I'm really starting to get like a little overwhelmed with having all this stuff. I'd rather just be able to buy records and then be able to listen to them right away, or at least within a week or something. So I'm really trying to not go out, not buy excess records for the purpose of for the swap meet or anything, selling them as swap meet. So as a result, only 1.25 boxes or so, but plenty of dope shit this month as well. Regardless, first off, a couple of Dope Folks releases I picked up. The Plush Brothers, one of the grails of hip hop, reissue of that, but never gonna find the original. Although one did come up on eBay in the last month. Sold for a pretty low price, but I got the reissued. Trauma Center, Rhymes Overflowin Part 1. Brass Tacks, Starpoint Tactics 12-inch. It's a nice group out of Toronto. This is their first 12-inch. Their second release was an EP, a 6-track EP that is probably #1 on my want list now. Just a completely insane release, but this is equally as good. Starpoint Tactics with the tracks are Icebreaker Classic and Hit It in Sight. Starpoint Tactics is a label, Brass Tacks out of Toronto. Decently priced one, but completely dope. This month's Chopped Herring releases: Zigzag, Touch the Sun, Part 1. Nice unreleased material from '92 to '94. Always love when they put out fresh stuff. More unreleased stuff: North Bronx Alliance. Some a little bit later '90s stuff, but completely 100% dope release. Stereo MD and DJ Weasul. Early '90s release out of LA. Nice one there. Decently rare. This is from the unit I've been going to a few times, where I pulled a lot of the stuff that I talked about in previous videos. It's pretty much done there, so a lot of the stuff I pulled has been talked about already. But this LP, Bloods and Crips, Bangin on Wax, pretty famous album for the collaboration of these two gangs here in LA. Typical West Coast gangster stuff, but it's pretty good and pretty valuable as well. Found at least 4 or 5 copies sealed of this LP, been eBaying off a few, so as you can see there's another one there. These are kind of in order of rarity from the unit, so one's in front, probably not going to talk about. Stressed Out. I already got this one, but this is the stamped white label promo version of Bullets Flying and Jazzy with the Joint. Good one there. Couple different copies of Blackalicious. The first EP from them, 1994, I believe. Melodica. One of these is a promo, the other is the regular pressing. So got both of those in my collection now. A nice random out of Seattle, or possibly LA. It was recorded in Seattle, although the label is based in LA. Kozmo Flex and MC Rock. Pure Hell, 1989. I didn't find the record that says this. I don't know if there was one, but a couple copies of this. I sold one already, but this is my keeper. Nice, another one I can cross off my want list. Found this in the unit. Concrete Mob, Boiling Point. Good one from '96. Natives from the Underground. Brothers Just Don't Know. A couple different songs on here. Also 1996. Death Camp, Sleep All Day. If I recall correctly from looking at this on Discogs, this is affiliated with KRS-One somehow. Don't quote me on that. I could be mixing something up, but this is a test pressing only release. Death Camp, Sleep All Day. Same on that side. So good one there. Several copies of this one as well. Mass Unit, 1991, On the Street. Real good up-tempo stuff, early 90s. Selling off a few copies of this too. Got a few extras of Mass Unit, you know, if you want to contact me and buy one, I'll sell it for pretty cheap. Crime Syndicate. I don't know the song title here. I think that's both the artist and the song title of this 12-inch. Nice rare stuff. This was a highlight of the unit trip. Blaze the Golden Jaw. I think three or four tracks on here. Apparently this is one that's pretty sought after. I'm talking to some different collectors over the last month. Apparently this is this one that a bunch of people want. I sold off my duplicate copy pretty quickly after I posted it. So this is my keeper, all sealed. Not an exceptional 12-inch in my opinion, at least from what I previewed, but just because it's rare I gotta hold on to one. It's just how it works. This is Extra Pleza, second 12-inch on the down low, volume 2. Very rare. Good copy of that. And the rarest one I think I pulled from that unit trip. This one, Grand D and ICB. Particular track on here that's very good is Gone with the Wind. Not online right now, although it's been included in some mixes that I've heard. So we'll get that up eventually. Nice picture cover, early 90s. Grand D and ICB. Next few orders. This is Betty Davis. This is some real heavy funk music from the early 70s. I believe this is her first album. I have another one by her. Actually, I was intending on ordering the original pressing of this, and the seller happened to send me a reissue by mistake, so I got a little refund. But regardless, reissue versus original, still just an incredible funk album. Very heavy, very sexually charged, I would say. So real nice stuff if you're into funk music. Betty Davis. One of the definite highlights of this month. Got a nice steal on this one. The Last Straws, Big Respect. With Come On In and Sneak Peek. Big Respect definitely being the highlight track. Popped up on Discogs and just grabbed it before anyone else could, probably within 10 minutes of it going up. So I got lucky finding this, got it for a real good price. Original pressings of this are real hard to come by. This has been repressed on Dope Folks though, along with other material by the group. So if you want to pick up this 12-inch, check out the release on Dope Folks. You can get all 3 tracks from this as well as other ones, but of course I can't pass up on an original copy, so got mine right there. Next one, Blank Faces, Mind Power. These guys have a few 12 inches, probably 2 or 3 I think. This one is, I didn't buy it for a ton of money, but I think it's pretty rare. Pressed on clear vinyl and just front to back, some real nice stuff. 98 I believe, or sometime in the later 90s, but tracks on here are real nuts. So Blank Faces, check out anything from them. And this is either number 1 or number 2 of the top 3. I'd say Last Straws was number 3. This is another just insane come up. For you guys who don't recognize this, this is the HARU percussion group, or the Harlem Youth percussion group. My last video I mentioned I picked up a Latin jazz grail. This is it. This is an original copy. Picked this up again on Discogs, just happened to have a seller who put it up and I snatched it right away. 75 bucks for this. It's in somewhat beat up copy, but I mean it's a somewhat beat up copy, but it still plays very well. You know, no skips on it or anything. I've already listened to this, and originals of this have sold for upwards of $1,000 in the past. Probably lower than that these days since the market is down, but still, a Harlem Youth percussion group, an amazing Latin jazz album, definite grail of the genre, and I got my copy this month, so real proud to have that in my collection now. Next couple off eBay. It's either Diamond X or Demon X. Contaminate, nice cheap 12-inch, got off eBay. The Great Deity Da, Cerebral Warfare EP. I would say his best release and probably his rarest also. Nice eBay steal with that one. And a couple more from another storage unit trip, although nothing as crazy as what I previously talked about. KMD, Mr. Hood. KMD being, of course, the group that MF Doom started out in as Zevlov X. Didn't have this album yet, so got my copy, original, sealed on LP. Sorry, it sounds like there's a 45 down there. Oh, here we go. This is the third party, Such a Soul Says. One of the harder to come by releases on Soulhawk, which I knew from the song Maybe So, Maybe No by the New Holidays, one of my favorite soul songs ever. Also covered by Mayer Hawthorne. So ever since I came across that song on the original label, I've been after anything on Soulhawk, label out of Detroit. And this is the ones that rarely comes up. I'd never seen it on eBay before, so paid a little bit for it. Music is actually not too crazy. Kind of like mod R&B as opposed to Northern Soul, but still good to have a Soulhawk record in my collection. And in the back here, you got First Down, A Day with the Homies. This 12-inch being notable by being an early production by Jay Dilla, who went by John Doe on this. So the pick cover version of this, as well as the promo, are pretty rare, sought after, just because they're Jay Dilla productions. But that also makes them good. You know, Jay Dilla is one of the most legendary producers, of course. And this entire box is full of good shit, so gotta show you all of these. Nice little backstory behind this one. For you guys who don't recognize this cover, this is another grail of early hip-hop, 1990 here. Back to the Lab compilation. This is the original. Has been repressed also on Dope Folks, so you can pick it up, but this is some just insane stuff out of North Carolina from the early 90s. Definitely deserves its status as one of the holy grails. It very rarely comes up in its original pressing, but the story behind how I got this, normally I'd never have the kind of money to shell out to pick up something like this if I saw it, but a collector from Germany on Discogs happened to see some random electro record that I had in my collection, and I was the only person to have it in my collection with a lot of people wanting it, so I mean, I didn't think too much of it because I'm not too into mid-80s stuff, electro. But I guess he's a completist collector, so it was the last 12-inch on this label that he needed to collect, and so he offered me a choice of some ridiculous things to trade in exchange for that electro record. This being one of them, Back to the Lab. He also offered me the Henchmen EP, which I don't have, multiple different pressings of Mr. Magic, so just some ridiculous stuff, and these are all duplicates, he said. So he's a real hardcore collector, I imagine, with a lot of money, and he just has duplicates of these very sought after records that he just has at his disposal to trade. You know, he told me that he doesn't care too much about value, he just wants to, he's a collector, so he wants to have things as opposed to scrutinize the value of these. So given the rarity, I guess, and the value of his choices, I consider the value. I ended up deciding to trade for this Back to the Lab compilation. Not in the greatest condition, a little bit of water damage and stuff, which I guess it's why it's his spare. But just definitely one of the crown jewels of my hip hop collection now. Some insane stuff on here, front to back, full LP, 11 tracks, up tempo 90 stuff out of North Carolina. So Back to the Lab. If you don't know, now you know. Definitely seek that one out if you're a collector, or just seek out the songs just to listen to because they're all dope. A couple other Dope Folks ones. I guess there's some overlap for this month. More recently, Cage 1, Straight Out the Cage EP, another grail that they got their hands on and managed to reissue for us collectors who will never find and or afford an original. Cage 1, Straight Out the Cage, and Bolaji Outer Limits EP, bunch of unreleased material on there. Nice stuff from the later 90s on Dope Folks. And a couple things picked up through some forums online, as well as some eBay steals. Big Rob and Little Sprout Treason 12-inch, 4 tracks, nice remix of that. Mental Stress Hardcore. Got a good deal on this, not in perfect condition, but another one that rarely comes up, and got it for under $100, so nice find there. Ghetto Noise Productions, another one of the incredible EPs out of New York. Ghetto Noise, 7 tracks, mid-90s, nice stuff, nice eBay steal. Check that one out. Brain Dead, aka Solar Power, is one you can pick up for probably around $20, but both tracks on here are real nice. Infectious Organisms, this is a live hip-hop group, so they actually have people playing instruments, real jazzy stuff. This is a 4-track EP from Infectious Organisms, real good stuff on there. Extra Pleza, same artist that I mentioned earlier, this is his first 12-inch, Pump Your Fists. Got a nice steal on that because it's a little damaged on that side. So alright, so that's about it for the month of October. I anticipate I'll probably only have a box's worth or less in the upcoming months because I really am trying to conquer all of these records and you know, rip what I wanted to and continue contributing to my mix and upload some of the rare stuff that is not online already. So we'll be slowing down on the buying. Possibly we'll do one of these videos every 2 months if I don't feel I have enough material, but still going to be picking up these rare records whenever I can, as opposed to the lower value ones that made up most of the quantity before. So again, fuck you USPS for doing this to my record. It's kind of a shame, but life goes on. Got a couple more dope ones that I know are coming this weekend, so we'll have definitely some heat to talk about in next month's video, or possibly 2 months from now. So that's about it. Again, I'll try to put clips up for all these. Leave your comments. I love reading them. I love reading your feedback or input on any of these records I talked about, or putting me up on anything. So love hearing from my little community of subscribers here. Getting a decent amount of subscribers now, approaching 1,400 at this point, so I'm real happy for that. And yeah, thanks for watching as always, and see you soon. Peace.